protecting our gains. It resonates with the NRM historical mission of guaranteeing Ugandans prosperity and security. This manifesto is structured along 5 core themes where our efforts will be centered. These are: we are promoting growing the economy and creating wealth. We are pledging more infrastructural development. We are talking more about investing in human capital. We are speaking more about democracy, good governance, and security. We are pledging more commitment towards regional integration and political federation.
The manifesto is not merely a document, but a promissory note of what NRM government will offer to this nation. It is a product of evidence-based research and analysis. This Kisanja Manifesto is therefore a compact for Ugandans. This compact is not just a pledge or an undertaking, it is a statement of intent that NRM wants to continue to deliver as we have historically done over the past years.
But for us to sell this manifesto, there are some things which we need to know. First, discipline. If we don't pull up on discipline, things might be difficult for us. I'm appealing to you, honorable members, first of all, to love one another. Let us work together. This infighting must stop, and stop now. It must stop and stop now. Let us move together as one group. Let us campaign as one group. We can reach anywhere. And this time is going to be very soft for us because we are going to use our structures to campaign. We must respect our structures and we must use our structures.
First of all, I again want to thank the NRM fraternity and leadership for being strong with the NRM all these years. And secondly, I want to thank you for supporting my candidature. First of all, electing me chairman of the NRM again for another 5 years, 2025 to 2031. And then also electing me as flag bearer for presidential contest for the President of Uganda for the period 2026-2031. Thank you so much for the support. I thank my nominators, Dr. Gunda and the Muzukuru from Arua, who nominated me. Now here, with the manifesto, we are not just talking about this manifesto. We are talking about the work of the NRM for Uganda and with Uganda for the last 60 years. Our theme today of protecting the gains and ensuring a qualitative leap to high middle income status is our logical next step now, given what we have already gone through. Everything we are saying is linked. It is not one thing, they are all linked. And they are all in this manifesto. Now, under A, I have got 7 points, which are what Secretary General Todwong and Vyarhanga talked about. What the NRM has given to Uganda has first of all been peace. Peace to the country. No war. And security. This has been ensured by you people, the Wananchi, and the UPDF. So this is number one. This is number one gain. The number two, development, meaning development of social infrastructure, like schools and health centers, the details which they put there, and also economic infrastructure. They are all there in the manifesto. The roads, the railway, the airways, they are all covered. Development covers infrastructure mainly, economic infrastructure, and social infrastructure. So that is number two. Number three is wealth creation. You, the leaders, you should really know that to strengthen the NRM more and durably, you must do what we in the student movement did in the 1960s when we started the campaign in the cattle corridor. That's why I used to invite you to come to Raikitura. Because that cattle corridor, the people were very, very backward. They were nomadic, poor houses and so on. They had cows, but they had no value. And then we had to solve the issue of what enterprise can they do that will give them income. Now you see how they are. They have money. They have built very good houses, as you can see. Number four, jobs. Jobs. Where do jobs come from? Jobs come from wealth. Yes, there are a few public service jobs, but those are not enough for all the people of Uganda. The bigger number of jobs is from the private sector. And when people, but how does the private sector create jobs? You create wealth. The wealth is yours, your personal wealth. But in the process, you create jobs. Then number five, service delivery. Service delivery, meaning healthcare, security, crime prevention, education, transport, all those are services. And Todwong and Vyarhanga have talked about them. So you, the leaders, you need to be clear about all this. Now, number six is market. Because when you are explaining to the population, they need to know what we all need to do, what is needed to be done. Because political disagreement is caused by wrong assumptions and lack of information. If people don't know where jobs come from, then they blame the government. We have no jobs. And yet he himself can create jobs, he himself, the one who is blaming the government. The government should be blaming him. Why are you not creating jobs? Why are you just idling around? You have the capacity. Now, number 6 is market. This is what Todong was talking about. If we produce the way we are producing now, all these eggs, all the milk, all the what, who will buy all this? The internal market is there, but it's not enough. Now that leads us to East Africa. So therefore, in our politics, the whole population must be explained that, please, you people are telling you about tribes, Fengabaganda, Fengabanankole, we are Choris, we Abasoga, what? Please, that language is the language of enemies. Now, finally, number 7, strategic security. How can Africa guard itself against all threats? Africa was in danger when we were colonized. Other countries which were colonized, the people were exterminated. If you go to America now, the people they call Americans now are not the original Americans. They are Europeans who came and took the land of the Indians. And they are the ones who call Americans now. Africans survived because we don't die easily. To a miracle. But we cannot again make a mistake of being weak. So therefore, when it comes to army, having a strong army, strong economy, that's why we believe in East African integration, both economically and politically. And that's why we talk of the East African Federation. Now, the knowledge economy is being driven by our children, our grandchildren. I took a picture with them there. But funded by the government. On that Chira effort, we have spent $120 million. But we need another $143 million to fully complete it, so that we produce 10,000 vehicles per year, 10,000 buses. Now we're discussing today in the cabinet, and we're saying once a product is already put forward, why don't the public of Uganda come and buy shares in that factory so that they also own it, but also contribute to the capital? Because now all the capital is coming from the government. The government. But I want to use this occasion to invite the private sector. There is one good boy called Magora. Show us Magora's things. Our people have discovered medicines we are going to save the world from so many problems. Have discovered medicine for cancer. Those are the scientists. Those are the scientists. All those are our grandchildren. There, the Chira one. So when you hear us saying that Uganda's economy is going to be 500 billion in the next few years, instead of the present 66 billion, it is because of what I have told you here. The value addition, the diversification, now the knowledge economy. This knowledge economy, the economy based on science, Now, C now, A, B, C. C, in this Kisanja, this coming term, there are a number of mass issues that affect the masses, which you, the leaders, must deal with. Number one, poverty and jobs. You must get rid of poverty in these villages through PDM. And it's very easy. Omwavu nazara abavu. A poor person produces poor people. What sort of society are you building up? And the leaders don't concentrate on that. They are talking about other things. This is really a betrayal. So therefore, number one, wealth and jobs in the homes. And the solutions are there. PDM is there. Emiogo is there. The job of we, the leaders, is Okurondora, to follow up, arrest the thieves who are stealing this money. Please, let's not have poor people in the villages. Let's use government programs to get people out of poverty. They can get out of poverty. Because I saw it in the cattle corridor. I saw it myself. We did it. Now the second one, under C, is health, theft of drugs. The other part of health is working very well, the immunization is doing very well, but the theft of drugs. Number three, crime, police and judiciary, corruption. Number four, free education. Biarhanga talked about it. We must ensure that the children now, in order to see the catastrophe, these people who have been suppressing our program of free education. Then the other issue, number five, are the roads. The roads, some of the roads are good, but some are in a bad situation. The tarmac roads, there was some under-budgeting which crept in and bad planning. Some of the tarmac roads have not been repaired in time, like the one of Museveni Fort Poto, Museveni Mtiana, even the one of Bunduwijo, even the one of, we have identified those roads, we are now going to work on them. But the problem was bad planning in the Ministry of Works, but also bad budgeting. The pressures you bring, we must have a new district. Now. We must have a city status. Now, what is the point of having Fort Poto city, but the road to the city is in a bad situation? What planning is that? Even my people in Kabale now have been putting pressure on having Kabale city. But we have the road from Muhanga, Rwamchuchu, Kisizi, Kebsoni, Rubari, not worked on. Why can't we agree? Because a good road covers everybody. Land grabbing, I'm glad somebody talked about it. I heard somebody talking about it. Land grabbing. We're going to fight that. That is now C. Now D is irrigation. Now finally, E, I want to talk about the youth, our youth. There are very bad people in newspapers like the Monitor, of course from international, who give messages to our young people which need to be helped. They try to make our young people only concentrate on pleasure, ebinyumo, chi. Now, I want to inform you that the one who is standing here is a former younger person. See, we were young. And we liked, once in a while, we would go to Evinyumo to dance, to so on and so forth. Because, you know, I'm also a rapper. The other day I was rapping. But at the same time, we had to struggle for our people. Because that time, the whole of Mozambique was under colonial rule. The whole of Angola was under colonial rule. Zimbabwe, South Africa itself, Namibia. So, if we had just concentrated on pleasure, which is what some of these people push our young people towards, where would we be? If you go to South Africa now, I hear there are 1 million Ugandans in South Africa. When did they go to South Africa? After we, the young devotees, had liberated it with Mandela. That's when they go there to enjoy and plan bad things from South Africa. These opposition groups. They don't struggle, they just want to go and enjoy, but also spoil. So therefore, the young people, please, young is biology, but you need ideology. We are young here. And we were together with Mwalimu, who was older than us. Mwalimu was like in his almost 50s that time. We were with Mandela, young, but working with elders who had the same ideas as ours. So you are young, but where do you stand ideologically for Africa? Because we are saying, number one, love Uganda. Other people say, no, don't love Uganda, love your tribe. Know how to be ready to protect this country. Because we are talking of defending the gains and taking a qualitative leap. But it must be done by the young people who must know what they are doing. Fortunately, I have all these groups. I have the Generation X in my house, in my nuclear group. I have the Gen Z. So please, our young people should not be misled by, I think these are, if you read the articles in Monitor, that Monitor is an NMA paper. Their job is to soften Africa. Of course, you remember they were promoting homosexuality. You remember? Yeah. Those groups. So they want to destroy Africa culturally by rendering our children to be disoriented. Yeah. We must have young people who work, who create wealth. Yes, they can have pleasure, but pleasure must be with or after work. So with these few words, it's now my pleasure to do what? I launched the manifesto now.
And all the generations are represented in the team that has been selected. After. Joining His Excellency the President for the photo opportunity, members of SEC that are seated this side. Can you please move Secretary General lead the team, Your Excellency the Vice President, those 6 people.
Your Excellency of the Republic of Uganda, the first National Vice Chairman, Excellency the Vice President Emeritus, on behalf of the party. As the National Chairman of the party and our presidential candidate, Mama Jessica Alupo, thank you so much. We have Mr. Uhuru. Your Excellency, Mayor Honorable Namayanja Rose Nsereko, who is in administration, a member of the commission, plus all our staffs from the party head office